the quarry off in the distance. And we're at Mojave Spaceport on a very windy day. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, so we're at Mojave Spaceport and I'll take a drive around. What a great place this is. What a great place this is. And let's go out. We're gonna. Okay, so.
But haven't yet been signed off or.
Let me turn off the. I was listening to a YouTuber. Okay. Came out today to see friends. And they own a company here. Satellite company. Oh my gosh, the winds are just howling today. So I want to take you around Mojave Spaceport and to check on some other stuff as well. But this, whenever I go on like a trip, I'm going to take my audience. So welcome. This is not related to Scientology, but it's just sort of like to show you some a spot in California in the desert. And okay, so I just jumped on. Okay, here we are. A lot of the future is happening here at the Mojave Air and Spaceport at Rutan Field, named after Burt Rutan, his brother Dick. Really some pioneers, Rutan Designs, including the first circumnavigation of the Earth without landing. It was back what year did they do that? I don't remember. Anyway, I've been coming out here forever. There's a quarry off in the distance, and we're in high winds. I think it's gusting. I think it's gusting up to 50 miles an hour, and it's going to take you down a couple. Check out a couple places. So I'm handheld today. This was unplanned, so if the ride's a little bumpy, you can excuse me. Oh, I love that wind howling. This is, as I've shared before, I am a desert rat. This is my favorite place, Mojave Desert. And there's so much going on. As I said, Scaled Composites is here, and a lot of history's gone on here through the years. We're right next to Edwards Air Force Base, and what is it, say? I don't know. I can't read. Okay, so there's a nice nice old private jet liner. I don't know if they're working on it. It's over there. Look at that beautiful thing. What is that, a 727? 3 engines. And there's a lot of maintenance going on that plane. Then we're going to go down to the boneyard you can see off in the distance. And here we're on Flight Systems Drive. And we're just going to go here. Now there's the only part of the famous boneyard where they store planes. Long-term storage. Sometimes aircraft that are no longer serviceable, they're just going to be scrapped and their parts will be sold. And then there is the, oh yeah, let's get out for a minute. I want to show you this. Okay, so bear with me. We have a little, there's the Northrop Grumman Stargazer. It has a launch rail underneath the fuselage that can launch a vehicle. The idea is to get up to maybe 45,000 and launch a vehicle into space, so we can save all that energy. Anyway, the idea is to take a vehicle up to 45,000 and you save all that energy taking off, and then you launch it from a higher altitude. And of course, there's the boneyard. I gotta get back in the car right now. Okay, so yeah, that wind will knock you over if you are not planted steady on your feet. So the Stargazer, anyway, I've been into space since I was a kid, and let's just zoom that down a little bit. Looks like a DC-10. This is a public airport. You can actually fly into Mojave Airport, have lunch. I've flown into here before on private planes many times. It's a nice orbit if you're going to go like take off, say, from Whiteman in San Fernando Valley, hop over here, you know, go up over the mountains, over the Grapevine toward Bakersfield. You can even head out to Catalina, depending on what you're flying, what your schedule is. I'm not a pilot, but I have many friends who are pilots, and we're going to go traverse the length. Off yonder, you can see there's huge wind farms where the turbines are just going today like crazy. So this is a field trip, an unplanned field trip. Let's see if we can get another shot. No, we're going to go out the other way. I'm going to get you, we're going to go in and get a better shot of the boneyard. But look at that, that's amazing. See the quarry over there in Rosamond, California. All the dust coming off the quarry in high winds. Right now it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're at about 5:30. We're right at 5:30 p.m. Los Angeles time, Pacific. And now we're going to go along flight line. Nice restaurant out here to, you know, have lunch. And, so I often come out here to see what's going on, visit my friends. And today I'm road testing my new car. And Lexus ES350. And there's another shot of the boneyard. Let's go into the shade. Okay, there you go. There you go, ladies. Let's see if I have any comments. Okay, so yeah, the graveyard, or they call it the boneyard. Yeah, it's really interesting to see. Yes, we're going to fly the Friendly Skies. It's going to be Agent Augustine Airlines, confidential cargo. Yeah, the winds. There was a fire at Universal City this morning on my way out up on the hill, and yeah, the Gorman. I expect the Grapevine to go. Have some fires up there. I sort of swing around. We're going down. The boneyard has two sections to it. There's one to the east, one to the west. So we're going to swing over to the west and the far side. We might even go by the quarry. You know, just let me plug in. By the way, I've got to make sure my battery stays up. So we're going to plug in. Let me plug in here. Okay, I just want to make sure my battery. Yeah, forgive the like I said, I'm doing a handheld today. I didn't plan on this, but I thought, hey, I got an audience of followers. You guys like my trip out to Baker on that caper. So this is just travelogue, and it's such an unusual place. Look at that trash can lid. So everything's going helter-skelter, and we're going to go over to the, as I said, to the west side. To the other boneyard. I'm also looking around to see if there's anything exotic, but because of the winds, anything valuable is going to be in the hangar. This is just, you're not going to leave planes parked out. I mean, you know, airworthy planes parked out. The storage planes are not going to be bothered hanging out there, and but you're not going to leave anything airworthy on the tarmac today. Certainly, hangar it. And there's the control tower for the public airport. So you can get some av gas, some lunch. So I'm glad they've named it at Rutan Field, Mojave Spaceport at Rutan Field. That is such a great honor. Such a great honor to give Mr. Rutan. The Voyager restaurant, I recommend. Always good food, friendly staff. That's one of my, sometimes when I want to meet a client, I mentioned that I meet in out-of-the-way places. This is one of those out-of-the-way places, because if you want to have a private meeting and you meet at Voyager restaurant at Mojave, you're going to know if anyone's following you. Well, first you sweep your car for bugs. You can buy those devices online. I've shown them, but then you go way the hell out here, and look at that. I'm just amazed. That's beautiful. I just love to see that. All the dust coming off the quarry. Agent Augustine Airlines. Yeah, fly the Friendly Nodule Airlines. Right. Drone footage of the boneyard is fascinating. It is. It is. But we're here on the ground, live. Man, we're going to go by the quarry on this trip, because that is a great place. If you haven't seen the quarry out there in Rosamond, it's, yeah, there's some really exotic places out here. There's the one and only famous. We're going to just stop here, kids. Look at the lines blowing in the wind. All that electrical. Oh man, the electrical's going. They designed things for heavy wind loading here. This is the very famous Scale Composites. They're at the cutting edge of everything. Scale Composites is such a great company. And then we're going to go. There's the boneyard off in the distance. There's the famous Scaled Composites. There's an old piece of airplane hanging there. That's seen better days. So yeah, if you ever want to like have a private meeting, This is certainly one of the out of the way places. Look at that. Boats in the middle of the desert. Boats. Well, I guess you could store your boat out here if you own the land. There's no, I guess there's a couple of lakes, but I mean, but those boats are just shredded. Oh, look at that. They're just shredded. They don't look seaworthy at all. At least the one doesn't. Maybe the other one does. The wind, the sun. You know, in the winter it can get quite freezing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at the dust. Wow. Yeah, and the things get torn up out here if you don't store them properly. It's great for planes because it's so arid. And there's an old fighter. And then we've got this guy's got it tied down right on his twin engine. What is that, a beach? I'm not sure. So we've got that tied down. Now we're going to go back. And oh, look at that technique. They have those holding down the roof. That's how bad the wind is. They have those two lifts holding down the roof. Otherwise, they would lose that roof. That's the wind speed. Boy, the wind will get under anything, as you know, especially people where there's parts of the country with a hurricane. But living out in the desert, as I did for 10 years, the wind gets under anything, it'll tear it apart, especially when you have like a day like today when you have sustained winds. Sometimes they go on for days on end. You just have these long sustained winds. Right now we're peaking, it's 5:30, and this has been a sustained wind all day long, and I personally like the wind a lot. I could just be outside in the wind all day long and be perfectly happy. And that's just part of the desert experience. A lot of dust, and we're at the mountains off in the distance are the Tehachapi Mountains, and they intersect with another group of mountains to form the triangle. If you look on a map of Antelope Valley, California, you'll see how they intersect. And oh, they used to have a tank sitting right there. Oh wow, look at this ahead of us. Now this is desert driving, classic desert driving, where you can literally have a whiteout. Look at that. That's literally a whiteout. That's a sandstorm, and we're going to drive through it. And there's the look at this. This is a great shot. There's the boneyard. Okay, so let me just see. I'm okay. There you go. I saw that. Yeah, the sand is wild. So we have. It looks like those are 4-engine. What is that? 7. What is 777? Or no? Are those A380s? OMG! I think those are A380s in the boneyard. Let's hop out. Let's hop out and explore. I think those are A380s. Wow, that's a find. Let's get out. Okay. I'm gonna have to my sunglasses up because I will lose them in the wind. Everything gets. Oh my! Look at this shot. They have A380s. There's a nice count the tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try to get it. You have to bear with me. I can't see because of the glare. Look at that. That is so rare to see. A380s in the boneyard. Wow. They're gigantic. I wish you could be here with me. These A380s are enormous. And they have, you can count, like I said, you count the tails. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the A380, huge jet. The A380 was built for long haul, and now if you watch YouTube videos, hold on. Wow. So let's get some comments. Yeah, it's kind of like the wind's just. Sorry, I wanted to get the A380s for you because that's a spectacular find. For any aviation buff to see that many A380s in one place, Airbus A380s, that is the jackpot. And we're going to drive around the back over onto the highway, but that's spectacular. Wow. I bet that's the most A380s in the world in one place. It's got to be. I don't know how big the fleet size is, but I never. So the, the A380s. Oh, we got the cops here. Hello.
Yeah, they don't want photos taken.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it off.
All right, or videos or anything like that.
Okay, sir. Understood. Well, we got told that we can't film, so what we'll do is, the officer said we don't want videos, but so we will leave, comply with all rules and instructions, because this is a private property, and so we're gonna go off the airport. Oh, there's a jackrabbit there. There's a little bunny in the road. Come on, bunny, you gotta move. Gotta move. Okay, let him go. A little jackrabbit. So we will depart the airport grounds. All he said is, you can hang around here. They just don't like you to video. But there's no posted policy. Okay, but nevertheless, we comply with all rules and orders and instructions. There, now we're off the airport grounds. So I could technically just park here on the public street and film. And we're going to swing around the back. Now Mojave, old desert town. It's a big railroad connection. A lot of the rail lines come here on their way into Southern California or out of Southern California. So there's a big rail hub here. And right now I can see some locomotives moving through. I wonder why, anyway, I wonder why they would have that rule when you can just go down the road to the other side, because I know like I said, I know my way around here like the back of my hand. But anyway, there's a train moving through. This is the big rail hub, and a lot of railroad enthusiasts come out here to do filming. If you go up to Tehachapi, there's a famous tunnel that the trains make their way up the Tehachapi tunnel. They climb the grade up to the Tehachapis, and said there's a pretty famous tunnel. Yeah, let's go down Oak Creek here, and there we have another shot of the boneyard where we're not on their property, which of course we respect, but out here on public. Okay, so we're going to take another approach. Now you can see the boneyard, and we'll zoom in. There's the RV park. Oh, I'm telling you, oh man, Denny's haven't been one in decades. Yeah, Denny's. Now there's some, here's the RV park. If you're looking for full hookups and pull-throughs. That's quite a place. If you're looking for some vacationing in high winds, certainly pull your RV in. I'm gonna have to go to another route. I want to take another look at the planes. There's some other things out there I want to see. And there's the Army Navy store. I don't know if it's open. We're gonna go onto the big road. Okay, we're going on to California 58. You can see we're at the 5814. 14 freeway goes into Antelope Valley. 58 will take you out. Actually, we could go to Mammoth if we could go on the eastern slope of the Sierras if we wanted to stay on the 58, and which we don't want to. If we have more time, so we're just waiting at the red light. And okay, now we have green. Let's go. We're gonna go down to the 58. We're just gonna hook around to the back of the airport, and then I can use my zoom. Okay, so you can see the signs of when to go up to Bishop. We can. We could also use, we can also go to Vegas. If we come down here, we would get on this road, 58. We can go to Tehachapi, but we can also go Bakersfield. We can head out to Vegas. So this is a good jumping off point to go to a lot of places. I'm just going to look at the back of the airport, then we'll cut the video short because I have to drive back to Los Angeles. Oh yeah, let's go in here. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna go. Oh, there we go. Now we've got a great shot. See? Car and park. Okay, now there's another shot of the boneyard. There. They're storing a lot of what you see out there, those circles, those are actually the blades for wind turbines. They're gigantic. So those are blades. They bring them in on the railroad and they store them. So look at that. More shots of the boneyard. And so it's not that crowded, you know. There's not that many planes stored, but it is unusual. I was hoping to get a better shot of the Airbus A380s, but that's what we get. I'm not going to go further on down. And so let's just go. Well, there you go. Off in the distance. What do we have here? Yeah, off in the distance, the yellow sign. The Budget Inn Motel. So there you go. You can go to the Budget Inn Motel, and sure it would be fine. We're going to turn around, head back, get some. So you know we're fine on gas, but we might fill up anyway. Let me see my backup camera. We are on an incline. Gas, regular gas is $4.49 a gallon if you pay cash. I'm not going to go down to the 58 today. We'll do that on another trip, and then we'll come up back on the far side of Edwards Air Force Base. Hang on, I gotta find something. Well, I'm gonna go up here and the works. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Well, we'll see if this place is any good. And let's go down here and take just one more run. So there you are. And as always, one thing I wanted to show you, because I see more and more of my travels, the Tesla charging stations all over the California. Well, this is here's an interesting thing. Okay, now here we say, I want to show you something. Enter the straight gate, for wide and broad is the way to destruction. So this is the biblical verse instructing us, and we are here at the, let's have an interesting name, I always like church names. They get very creative with them. This is the dwelling place. The dwelling place. And it says, Dwelling Place Open Heaven Worship Center. So we are here in Mojave at the Dwelling Place Open Heaven Worship Center. That's a nice storefront church, actually. A big storefront church. Imagine it would be cheap. And there's, again, there is the quarry. And yeah, now you can see the turbine blades. I was hoping to get a good shot of the turbine blades on the ground. And they are huge. If you've ever been up close to these turbine blades, they're gigantic. Oh, there's an opening in the fence. Some parts of the year there's like a homeless encampment down there, but this kind of today it's not going to cut it to camp out there. Your tent would just be lost. And so that is the boneyard stretching on. You can see, oh wait a minute, let me get out. I'm sorry, you can't see. I'm going to get over here where I have a better shot, so just bear with me. Okay folks, we're going to okay, now there's the boneyard. I'm going to get out, so excuse the audio for a minute. So you can see the length of the boneyard stretching way out off in the distance from east to west, and quite something. So there you go. It's hard out there. Wow. Get weather beaten out here. Well, let's just go around over here and we'll go up over to the church. And then we'll have I'll take look comments, then I'll there's Fat Boy's Taco. Well, that could be good. Fat Boy's Taco. I might go try that place. Now, here's this church is interesting because they're painting scriptures on the ground. The just shall live by faith. Faith comes by hearing God's word. I will cling to the old rugged rot. I will cling to the old rugged cross to exchange. I forget, how does that? I'll cling to my old rugged cross to exchange some things. I can't remember right now. What can make you whole? Nothing but the blood of the Lamb. And again, we're at the Dwelling Place Open Heaven Worship Center. You know, they put, there's something Old Testament about putting instructions down on the ground. I haven't really seen this treatment where this is kind of, Scientology doesn't have L. Ron Hubbard quote. Look at this. It says, let me back up so you can see it, folks. In righteousness you shall be established. Isaiah 54:14. You know, Scientology doesn't put L. Ron Hubbard quotes in its parking lot, to bring it back around to kind of a topic. And it says, only those things done, I'm not sure. Pride goeth before a fall. No man comes to the Father but by me, Jesus. Now, why doesn't Scientology put L. Ron Hubbard quotes? Like, wouldn't it be, they should do this. Scientology, you should do this. You should put quotes of L. Ron Hubbard, instead of hiding them in nuclear-proof vaults, you should put them in your parking lots. You should have quotes at Big Blue talking about the Heliotrobus implant, talking about how clears are in danger unless they get up and onto OT3. I think this is a winning strategy. I like it. And like I said, the high winds are, they get kind of, yeah, the high winds are just, okay, so, yeah, Boneyard hashtag, Denny's. It was always, Barn, yeah. With an awful Waffle House. Well, I'm going to keep the camera on. We're going to get, at some point, we're going to land and get something to eat. Oh, well, no, stay in the car. Agent Augustine, stay in the car. It's rather creepy. It's not creepy, it's just windy. Oh, you mean at the church? Well, if I'm abducted, I don't think this church, like the church is empty. But if cultists abduct me, that's just part of the occupational hazard of YouTube. Smoke more, L. Ron Hubbard, 6'1". Oh, I like that. Not smoking enough causes cancer, L. Ron Hubbard. They should put that, see, Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. I think they should put not smoking enough causes cancer. Another, yeah, we could get a list of the top 10 things that Scientology needs to put into writing, you know, on the ground of their orgs. Because this is, I really like it. And that's a good idea. Yeah, and you could have the choice lunatic quotes, like, you know, if you're lying in an R6 position in the rain with a rat underneath your crotch, which is one of my favorite lunatic ones. Yeah, I think that would be just perfect. Not smoking enough causes lung cancer. I've got to get into, let me get my sunglasses here, because we are about to pull out onto the big 58, and there's a semi heading. I just have to wait for semi to clear. Yeah, this is some high-speed stuff, but we have a car equal to the task. Okay, so as soon as this guy clears, we can go. And are you pulling in? Pulling in, okay. Oh, we got someone zooming. This is a little bit of treacherous drive. Okay. Yeah, that's where you need some horsepower. Okay. Wind turbines off in the distance. Now we're going to take a left. We're going to head back to Antelope Valley on 14. Look at everything swaying. You can see that movement on the light post holding the traffic arms. Anyway, everything out here is designed for high wind loading and high winds. And then also it can get freezing out here, and then it can get hot. Hottest I've seen it out here, it can get like 110, 112. In winter though, it'll drop below freezing easily. And so in many ways, this is just a typical American small town. This is the main drag. Unsettled, Jesus offers stability. You know, the fact that the church would advertise with a phone number, Scientology doesn't have an unsettled. You know, L. Ron Hubbard offers stability. Why not? There's the Denny, and it's with a Der Wiener Schnitzel. Both things of a bygone era. A Der Wiener Schnitzel. And then all the tanker cars. Well, folks, I think we're going to put down, get something to eat before our long drive back. Thanks for jumping on the live with me. This short, interesting, windy day. You got to see some unusual A380s. You got to see the high winds of the Mojave. And now we're just going to pull in somewhere to grab a bite, and make sure there's a tourist bus. It's called oh no, that's the train connection. That's the Amtrak. If you wanted to get, that would take you into the Amtrak station in Antelope Valley, and you could catch the train into Union Station, downtown LA, and then go over to LAX. So that's part of mass transit. We're actually in LA County. We're in the extreme eastern, and then we go into Kern County. So we're like in the extreme eastern part of LA County. Anyway, thanks for, let me check some comments. And yeah, A&W, wow. Mama Burger. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, look at that old building. I just want to get, look at these buildings, beautiful old buildings. There used to be an antique store here that they shut down, or we would go and take a look. So thanks for watching Agent Augustine, My Adventures. Oh, just take a look at this real quick. Look at that yellow Camaro. Wow, that's a speed machine. Look at that beautiful car. Bright yellow ticket machine. So have a great evening, folks, and we will see you on the next live. Thanks for watching, and we're going to exit now. You're very welcome. I was glad to have you guys along with me. Talk to you next time.